Hi everyone, welcome to the very first episode of Powering the Future at Esyasoft. I'm your host Aisha and thanks for joining me today. At Esyasoft, we often talk about growth, transformation, innovation, but behind every milestone and every bold ambition, there's something far more powerful that's driving it all, and that's our people. In today's podcast, we are exploring the human side of growth at Esyasoft. And joining me on this conversation is Marisa Talamonti, who is our Chief People Officer at Esyasoft. And without any wait, let's welcome Marisa Talamonti on our very first episode of Powering the Future at Esyasoft. Hi, Marisa. Welcome to our podcast, Powering the Future. It's lovely to have you here today.
Thanks, Asha. Thank you so much for inviting me. It's my honor and privilege to be here.
How do values at Esyasoft define our culture?
So, Aisha, since 2014, when the company was founded in India, we've had three core values. So, there's technology and project excellence and people first. Last but not least. All right. So, technology excellence, obviously, we're looking at cutting edge technology, investing in R&D, making sure that we have the latest in terms of systems and applications. And these we provide to our customers in terms of project excellence, project delivery excellence, making sure that our customers' needs are met, and also looking at how we give back to the community and how we use energy in a sustainable way for our communities and our environment.
In high growth environment like ours, how central are people in this journey?
So, if you look at the values that we just mentioned, right, of course, many organizations have people first as a core value. But if you're looking at technology excellence, who's implementing the technologies, who's driving them, who's researching them, who's innovating the technologies at Esyasoft? It's our people. Again, on the project delivery side, who's delivering the projects, who's implementing them on time, who's making sure customers are satisfied, who's making sure we're meeting the needs of the customers? Again, it's the people. It's not just two words, people first, right? They are first in everything that we do. They are core and central to everything that we do. So they drive the business forward, and we've grown in leaps and bounds exponentially over the last 2.5, 3 years at a phenomenal rate. Our people have also ensured that we have been able to grow so much on this journey in such a short space of time.
Often we measure growth in terms of numbers, figures, and expansion momentum. But people side is what is going to make this growth sustainable. And it's going to help each and everyone to align with our founder and group CEO, Mr. Bipin Chandra. And it's going to help us to build up his vision and take us, the whole company, to a next level as his plans are.
Yes, Aisha, as you know, he's very close to our people. We just had a town hall recently,
Uh-huh.
and he's very keen to share his vision with us and take us on this incredible journey that he's been on. I think if you look at our competitors and what we've achieved in a very short space of time, it really is phenomenal. You know, it's unheard of in the market. Credit to our people and credit to our founder and group CEO, Mr. Bipin Chandra.
Yeah. What role does culture play in making digital transformation successful in any organization?
People think digital transformation is about systems or processes, and you putting culture in there, it relates back to people, right? That
Yeah.
digital transformation is about people. And I say it's about people because it's about a mindset shift. It's about
True.
changing old behaviors, old attitudes into new ones, right? Approaching things differently with a different mindset. So again, people are at the core of digital transformation initiatives because they build that culture of changing the mindset and having a new view on things and looking forward to the future and aligning yourself with the group CEO's vision.
In our organization, where we are spanning across geographies and we are growing across different continents, how do we ensure that this culture, which you mentioned, is well traveled?
We started in India 2014. We came to the UAE around 2019, 2020. We're in the UK. We've expanded to Azerbaijan, Romania. Now, we've just gone into the US market, and obviously, there'll be other places like South America, Africa, etc. So it is a global organization with global reach and people being spread out across all of these different locations. Keeping the people connected through the culture is important. So what we do is try and make that Esyasoft feeling travel wherever you go in the company.
Wow.
So, one way I like to impress upon the people side of it is to make sure that we have our HR people on the ground first in any new company that we set up, so
Mhm.
that whoever is employed in that location has HR to support them, to create the employee friendly environment, to make sure that our employee needs are met. I think that's really critical to having that same feeling of Esyasoft wherever you are in the world, be it in the US or in India. We know you're coming to work, but we want you to feel that you're coming to a place where there's people who care about you, your colleagues, your friends. We also want to send our people to international events and seminars to network, to meet other people, and expand their connections not only in our company globally but also in the industry. So I think it's really important to have a safe environment, like you mentioned in the beginning, have that psychological safety, and also that translates to when you move to different locations and different geographies, that it feels the same to you. It feels like Esyasoft. It feels like home. We have a lot of global mobility programs across the world where we take people who are, let's say, in India and send them to Azerbaijan or the UK or the US to work on our projects, to work on our R&D, to work on our innovation. That's why it's important to have that same look and feel and culture in any Esyasoft office anywhere in the world. My local HR team, the group HR team, and our extended teams who support us as well, who, I mean, we just had the wellness day again. We're celebrating family day. We're looking at the anxiety month, making sure that everyone's mental health is in check, and no one's having experiencing any issues. It's just also looking at sustainability. There was World Earth Day
Yes,
recently.
yes.
You went and planted
Yeah.
trees not so long ago. So, it's important to do all these initiatives as well, right? So people
Yeah.
also feel part of their community. And like you said, also, they have time to balance work and life
Yeah.
and be more productive then as well as a result.
Marissa, what are the top three ways that people in our organization feel seen and supported?
So lately, we have focused quite a bit on our rewards and recognition. We want to make sure that people feel rewarded and recognized for the work that they do. You could nominate your peers, you could nominate your colleagues. We actually read out in the ceremony what people have actually done, so that everybody knows what their contribution is.
Yeah.
And it's just so nice to see people recognized. Last year, we were going to have a employee of the year, and we ended up having three teams of the year because the R&D team, the product development team, and the project delivery team had achieved and done so much. We couldn't single out a single person. So that was fantastic. There is a big debate around performance management and having KPIs. But if you don't have them, it's really difficult to understand what is my role, what must I deliver, how am I going to be evaluated, what are my discussions going to be with my manager around feedback. It gives you a guideline, right? It gives you a benchmark to work
Yes.
from. And also with the feedback, it's two-way, right? So it's not just the employee getting feedback, but also able to give their line manager feedback. It gives the employee some direction, some vision in their role. We have a lot of remote work. We have a lot of flexible work, working from home. We give people options to balance their work and their life.
When these elements of flexibility and acknowledgement, reward, and recognition, is there in any organization
Yeah.
that automatically level up the happiness quotient in any organization? And what role does HR play in helping leaders to communicate with empathy, confidence, and trust in an organization?
HR is there to ensure that we have a balance in the organization between business needs and people needs. Obviously, yes, we're running a business, but we need to look after our people as well. If we set a good example, we walk the talk, we hold on to our integrity, we build the trust with our leaders and with our people. We can create the right environment where people feel, there's empathy, they feel confident, they feel that, they are trusted, that they have a voice, that they can be heard, that they can speak to leaders in the business freely and openly. You need to have, again, that psychological safety in the workplace.
True.
So I think HR is the driver of that. HR is the face of that. A lot of times people might not be comfortable to go to leadership. They come to HR.
True.
You have to be their voice, right?
Yeah.
We want to champion people and what they need in order to be successful and productive at work. And balance that with the needs of the business, of course. We also have a job to do.
For employees navigating the fast paced in a high growth environment, how do we ensure the people manage this change along?
It's important for people to embrace AI and not be fearful of it. And the reason I say that is because, in my personal experience using AI, and by the way, as a company, we're an AI driven company, it helps you leverage, whatever you're trying to achieve, whatever you're trying to deliver. It helps you leverage your skills. It helps you move faster and quicker. It gives you ideas you maybe never thought of. So I think it could only add value to your position and even to your life. That it's only going to be the people who are not using AI and leveraging
Yeah.
AI who need to be concerned. During this current time, AI is buzzing everywhere.
Anything we are implementing into the organization of late?
We're currently looking at our skills matrix, competency matrix. Yes, there is technical skills there, but what about all the new skills, right? We need to look at those, build them into our matrix, and provide the development opportunities to the team members who need them. We did start with our graduate trainees. We did put them on a lot of these courses when they joined recently in the past year. They need to be deployed into these projects.
True.
And also because they're the newer generation, the new gen, they are so interested in these technologies, and they really want to get their hands in there. So we've done that with our GTs, and now we're also extending that to the rest of the business as well. In addition to ramping up the competency matrix and making sure that these are form part of our training curricula on an ongoing, regular basis.
So are you rolling it down across all the departments in our organization?
All departments and globally.
Okay. Oh, that's interesting.
Across the group, yeah. So the vision is that when you join Esyasoft, be it in India, UAE, US, in terms of your job role, the first day you join, you'll have access obviously to the HRMS. And your job will be in there, your job description will be in there, your competency matrix will be in there, your KRAs will be in there. Everything will be automated for your role. And of course, I'm going to give, we have to give it a 20% leeway for differentiation, right? For different kinds of things. But 80% on your first day, you will already know, what is my role? What do I need to do? What do I need to deliver? Where's my training going to be? Where's my development going to be? So that, as an employee, usually this kind of stuff takes months. Our objective is to have that plug and play on your first day of joining. To give you that full vision, that full view. We are quite a retention-based team. So it's important for us that when people join, they know how they fit into the whole ecosystem. So that's why it's really important for HR to build this and to make sure that across the globe, wherever you work in Esyasoft, you're going to have this visibility on your career. Yes, you have these guidelines in place, but then you also have the flexibility to be innovative, to be agile, to contribute to the long-term vision.
Marisa, what skills and capabilities will define a successful Esyasoft employee in next 3 to 5 years?
With the higher growth trajectory of the company and all the technological advances, I think resilience is going to be very important because there's constant change, right? Not only in your personal life, but in your work life. And I think resilience is important to overcome all of that. Keep being innovative, keep learning, keep growing, keep being curious.
Yeah.
Make sure that you're investing in yourself. Be curious. Yeah. Don't sit in a comfort zone.
Yeah.
Be curious. Get yourself out there. We're here to support you. And we want to be with you on this journey, right, to your success as well. Not only the company success, but the individual success.
When you think of future of work, what gives you the most hope?
The new generations are giving us that balance or making us reevaluate what's really important. Not that work isn't important. I'm just saying personal development is also important, yeah, to make sure you also have personal goals and things that you want to do and reach and attain in your personal life. That's also why we do so many things at work with, just socializing, events, Also community programs, what's important to our next generation who are going to basically take this company forward.
Mm.
What's important to them and what kind of organization do they want us to build for them?
With your perspective around Gen Z and Alpha, has the recruitment ratio amplified this year?
We've done GT programs, we do internship
Mm.
programs. We are focusing on the
Mhm.
youth a lot more. We do a lot of things in for people who are already in the company in terms of what they might like to see and to have, us do. We run a huge graduate trainee program in India at the moment, and we're going to, expand that globally because we want to get young minds, young innovative minds into the business to take us forward into the next growth phase of the company. So, they are going to be the ones who will take us into the future for sure. So there's a lot of investment. We have a global capability center in Bangalore. We have our R&D center also in India. We have our centers of excellence for gas in Azerbaijan and for water in the Netherlands. And we're providing opportunities to our youthful employees to go and learn more and grow more at all these different and various locations and centers to
Mhm.
expand on their own development and upskill themselves.
Thank you, Marissa. Thanks for joining us, and thanks for such a lovely and insightful conversation.
Thank you. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that whoever's watching this podcast has also had some insights into our company culture, how we work, what we value, and where we see ourselves in the future.